Here are the two majestic ospreys of the Tuncurry Bridge at Forster. These birds hang out on top of the lights. They're waiting for fish. They can be found there around 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the mornings and from 4 p.m. till dusk in the evenings, varying times on daylight savings. Please note, birds don't know what daylight savings is. This is a story of the damned ospreys sitting up on the Tuncurry Bridge and myself, a 2-year quest to film these guys and research. I first noticed these birds by accident in 2019. I had made an attempt to partially walk over the Tuncurry Bridge, which is probably over 600 meters long or a bit more. Then as I was walking, my acquaintance, Gerard, pointed out what he thought was an eagle sitting on top of one of the lights on the bridge eating a fish head. It looked as though the bird was using the light as a fish restaurant, to fly in and fly out, one to eat its dinner. Gerard pulled out his mobile phone and filmed him. The bird got the shits and flew off with the fish in its talons, somewhere toward north of the bridge to Tuncurry Rock Pool. The fish must have had some weight in it because as the Osprey, as it became known to us, from a passerby watching us film this bird, the Osprey struggled as it flew off into the sunset, the weight of the fish dragging it down to the near baseline of the water in Wallace Lake. With this and some research, it became clear from internet media that the ospreys of Tuncurry Forster had nests just outside of Forster, down near Greenpoint on an electricity pole, one nest near the Telstra Towers, at Forster Post Office. I had a close inspection of that, and there was a platform for a nest to be built there but no ospreys. More research showed there was an osprey nest in Tuncurry, near the Big 4 Caravan Park. I drove round near there but could not locate that one. So as it currently stands for me, I can only locate these osprey on the Tuncurry Bridge, where they perch as sentinels of the bridge twice daily. To me, these majestic birds don't get enough credence for their infamy of just being there. They could easily become the icons of Forster and be a tourist attraction as the gateway to Forster, but the tourism there can't get a grasp of what a great idea that would be. The nest down at Greens Point survived the fires of late 2019, and the osprey is still here. The only other nests I could find information on was somewhere else over Wallace Lakes and Oxley Island near Old Bar, near Taree. I did write to the local newspaper about these ospreys, but it was totally ignored. Probably not newsworthy or human interest story enough. But in saying that, I think it was mentioned somewhere on the net that one of the birds' names was Harry or George. Well, I just call them both Harry and George. And to end on a note on the Tuncurry Bridge, the ospreys also have an on-again off-again neighbor, pelican, on the Tuncurry side that has also decided to take up residence on one of the light poles. It's a big one, and you can see the shit stains down the light where it is perched. They are messy buggers. I nicknamed him, not Mr. Percival, but Arthur Dunger from the Paul Hoggins show from 1970s. There is something about that pelican that reminded me of Paul Hogan dressed up as Arthur Dunger. So as you can see in this narration, and photos and film clips of the osprey, it has intrigued me, in 6 degrees of separation, of how this came to be. In the TV show The Saint with Roger Moore as Simon Templar, the episode called Flight Plan in 1967 had William Gurnett starring in that, as a jet pilot, who flew a jet called the Osprey, a predecessor of the famous Harrier jump jet, in the UK.